Afternoon, learners. I would like to welcome you after a good rested weekend. We're going to look at impact of structures on society and environment. So the focus is the features of the product. So if you look at these pictures here on the slides, there are different pictures of items. So all these items, they have different features that you can think of right now. Features of the product are characteristics of your product that describe its appearance, how it looks like, components and things like capability. What are you using the product for? So when design process is used by engineer, architect, industrial designers, and many other when developing ideas and solving a problem. So that's what we call a design process. So when designing any product, designers need to consider the needs for the society, as well as the impact of the product on society, as well as the environment. So basically meaning you cannot develop something that is harmful to the environment. And again, you cannot develop something that is not needed by society. So you have to make a research to see if people, or to see if there's a need for that particular product. So for an example, if you're going to develop a phone, what features does a phone provide or give? So a phone will help with, or it can provide us with social media apps. It can provide us with online shopping apps. We can make payments. We can make, most importantly, phone calls. So those are the features we need from a cell phone. So when you design a product, you must look at the things that it will provide, or the needs of the society at that particular point. And again, that is not even harmful to the environment. Features. Once the product has been manufactured, the original design specification become the feature of the product. Remember, specification is a list of the requirement that will solve the problem. So if we design a watch, we look at the problem. What is the problem? People need to look at the time. So in our specification, that's where we specify that people, the problem or the challenge that people have is they need to look at the time. So the only way to know time is to look at the watch. So we design a watch. So various features must be kept in mind when designing a product. So now here, if you look at these pictures, there are two different pictures of watches. When we specify, we'll say these items provide time, right? But they have different features, because the other one is a sports watch. The other one is just a normal watch that provides what? Us with time. But the one which is a sports watch is a watch that have more features, like it can detect your heart rate. It can measure your distance when you run, when you're using it to run, obviously, because it's a sports watch, or count your steps when you walk. It can show again your map, an area where you walking or running. So it has more features as compared to the other one. So that means when your specification is that it is designed for different purposes. It's not only designed for time, but for those other features that I have mentioned. To identify the features of the product, you need to ask yourself the following question: who and what is it for? Will it do the job? Is it safe to use? Is it easy to use? Does it look good? What will its impact on society be? What will its impact on environment be? So if you look at these two pictures, is a picture of a drone and a camera, a standard camera and a drone. So if we look again at these two, their features are not the same. Yes, they take pictures, but do they take pictures the same? No. So who and what is it for? what is the drone for, right? Will it do the job it is designed for? So you need to answer those questions. Is it safe to use? I heard stories that drones, they do crash because people cannot use them. So again, that will go to the question, is it easy to use? So if you don't know how to use it, obviously it will crash. Does it look good? Again, I mean, an item need to be attractive for someone to get it. So if it looks attractive, people will buy it. So when you design, that thing must also come the question, what will its impact on society be? So you need to answer that question. And what its impact on the environment? B, is it harmful to the environment? If you are designing a product that is harmful to the environment, therefore it is not necessary for you to produce it or to develop such product. Remember term 1, we learn about 5 stages of design processes, which are investigate, design, make, evaluate, communicate. So we're going back to touch on this so that we can understand it even much more better, because we have to design product. So remember, before you start with your product, obviously you need to investigate the product that you are going to make. Then design, remember I said design was divided into 3, which was design brief, design specification, and constraints. Design brief, it's a short statement that describes the needs of a problem, and design specification is the details about the product, such as its function and appearance. And constraints are things that limit you or limit your choice of that particular product. Then those are the things that we're going to focus at. Then we have make and evaluate, which is stages where you evaluate the quality of the finished product. Then communicate, that's where you showing your product that you have made. So like I said, we're going to focus at design, which have 3 things: design specification, design brief, and constraint. So you're going to look now at the design brief. In the design stage, you begin by writing a short statement that describes a need or a problem more fully. This is called a design brief. You write a design brief to help you identify an opportunity. So if we go back to an example of a drone, you're going to write a short statement to describe what is the problem. The problem is we've been using the normal standard camera, but now we cannot take aerial view or aerial picture. So we need that. So that is why we designed a drone, something that can take pictures from above, right? Then to identify an opportunity, ask yourself this: what is the problem? Why is it a problem? What will be achieved if I solve the problem? So the problem, like I said, we cannot take the pictures up there. I mean, you cannot go on top of a building to take that pictures. So what can we do? We design or we develop a drone to take such pictures. Specification and constraint. Specification, design specifications are the requirement that the product must meet to solve the problem. So we specify list of the things that the product must meet in order, or list of features the product must have in order to solve the problem or the challenge that we are having. So with the drone, think of all features that the drone brings. You need a joystick in order to move it. You need a screen in order to see where it's moving. So those are the features that you will have to, you will write on your specification. To identify specification, you need to ask yourself this again: what must the product do? It must take pictures from above. What must be included? So you write all list of all the features. Then constraints. Remember I said constraints are any limitation to the design process and include things such as the appearance of the finished product, how much it will cost to make the material that you will use. So most of the drones, the product that they are using is plastic material. So if using plastic, it's harmful to the environment, therefore we need to opt for something that is not harmful for the environment. So if we're using something else, uh how expensive is that thing? If that thing is expensive for us to use, therefore that will limit us from making such product. So to identify constraints, ask yourself the following question: what material can be used? What material cannot be used? Like I said, most of the drones, they use plastic material. Is it harmful? If yes, then we need to look for other materials that we can use. Is it expensive? If yes, perhaps we need to look for other cheapest material that we can use. And what tool can be used and what tools cannot be used. How long do I have before the product must be finished? If, I mean, we have a problem right now, we need to take pictures. And if I have to design something that will take 5 years to design or to make, then it won't solve the immediate problem that you are having. So those are the things that you need to look at when you're designing a product. Your task is task 2, examine the features of a school desk. It's also on page 75 of your textbook. I've also posted a worksheet on Google Class, so please make sure you go and get the activity and do it. Please do the activity in your workbook with today's date.